You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people.
The Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Real talk, real radio, real people, just like you.
Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun.
This is what it is, okay? You know what it is. You have to do the right thing. You have to go home to the family, you understand?
I'm not saying you got to go back there this minute, but you got to go back.
The bad boys of radio are back.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Fresh off the Plizzane. You know my dang name.
You cheating some of them.
Look, man, I'm all excited over here, and you look like you scared.
Boy, stop. He ain't never scared.
Stupendous Saturdays with the 2 Live Stews. Grab your biscuits and coffee, boys and girls, because it's game time.
If you not stewing, what in the hell are you doing?
Go.
Look, Ray said it's the 2 Live Stews. Those are my mouths. It's Uncle Doug and Daddy.
Very good, very good. Loud and proud. Do it again. Ready?
Look, Mason, it's a two-left-two. No, Moses, Daddy and Uncle Doug.
Okay, now this time, say it again, loud and proud, but not as loud, okay?
Look, Mason, it's the two-left-two. No, it's not. It's Daddy and Uncle Doug.
Don't say no, it's not Miles. Okay, ready? Go. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, one more time. Very good. Loud. Mason, stay calm.
Welcome to the Two Live Stews. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart on 640 WGST.
Got to thank God for the opportunity again this wonderful Saturday morning, sir.
Oh, my gosh. I absolutely love my nephews.
Good morning, man. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, man. Good morning to you.
I don't know what's wrong with you and your staff that don't believe in saying good morning.
Exactly.
Is it a bad morning or something?
That's like a common theme going on around here. But anyway, man,
shouts
welcome.
out to Bruce Hagen, the people's lawyer, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Hagen-Law.com. The Two Live Stews. So we're back, man. What's this, week number 3?
This is week number 3, sir.
Absolutely love my nephews, man. That's who you just heard at the end of that open just now is Miles and Mason.
Hey, man.
Doing the damn thing.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to the boys, the 2 little live stews.
Look, Mason, it's the Two Live Stews.
Had a situation with Miles in school this week, man. You got a quick second?
Yeah, go ahead. Before we get into all of these sports, 10 the hard way, talking about these games this weekend, all of that stuff on the Two Live Stews.
There's some kids on the playground at the school, so Miles walks over and say, "Can I play basketball with you guys?"
Right.
And one of the little boys that rides his bus to school with him, he thinks he's cool with him, calls him his friend all the time, says, "No, we don't let kids with snotty noses play with him."
What? Miles is like Roscoe?
He's got allergies, man, and this time of year is killing him.
Right, me too. I got him too.
So I give him a handkerchief to take to school to keep his nose clean, but he doesn't use it. So the kids tell him that, and I said, "Whoa." I said, "Well, Miles, what did you do?" I just turned around and walked away, Daddy. I said, "Okay, cool. Well, did you go play with some other kids?" He goes, "Nah, I just kind of play with myself after that."
What?
Yeah, so the wife was all distraught and torn up, and I did everything in my power not to say, "Hey, man, we take karate for a reason. Go kick they ass! You are not going to talk to my kid like that."
Hey, man, you be posting those Miles and Mason in karate class. They remind me so much of, what's his name, Dragonfly Jones off of Martin. Yeah. Hey, so you give your kid a handkerchief? I don't think people carry handkerchiefs no more.
Well, he needs it, man.
Now, it's very functional. Well, back in the day, you know, older cats in the neighborhood, our old man, our uncles, they all carried a handkerchief, but nobody carries a handkerchief no more.
If you're watching me on
That's
Periscope,
old school.
If you're watching me on Periscope at One Life Stew, Doug just asked me if I gave him a handkerchief. So listen, here's my hanky.
Wow.
Why would I not give him what I have?
That is old school.
History, you need that?
And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show and the Two Live Stews. You didn't need to do that, man.
Oh, my apologies.
That's old school.
Yeah.
I bet you 80% of the people listening to this show under the age of 30 don't even know what the hell a handkerchief is. They probably never even heard the term before.
Stop it, man.
I'm serious. Like, how many people you seen pull out a handkerchief lately?
So you mean to tell me people
And
around,
we should get going into the other stuff, though.
people walk around with a big box of tissue instead of a handkerchief?
Nobody carries handkerchiefs. I haven't thought about a handkerchief until you just said it, probably for 20 years.
Hey, man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man.
We do have a lot of stuff to get to, man. Thank you so much for joining us on the Two Live Stews, 640 WGST, right here in ATL as well as iHeartRadio. So what we're going to do today, man, is we're going to try to fine-tune this thing. The issue, not the problem, but the issue with doing a one-hour show is there's so much stuff we want to get to from the prior week that we don't have time to get to it most of the time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do something called 10 the hard way. Mm-hmm. You might ask yourself, what's 10 the hard way? We're going to break down and talk about, real quickly, the 10 biggest stories of the week in the world of sports and entertainment.
I love it.
Huh? You like that?
I absolutely love it.
Okay, all right.
And are we going to start right now?
No, we're not going to start right now, man.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Can you hold your horses for a
Jason
second?
Pierre-Paul is done. Okay, I don't know if we'll get to that in today's show. He's done. Stick a fork in him, man.
Okay, we didn't even get into this, and I don't think this is one of the 10 the hard way questions.
You should know because you wrote them.
But I've talked about this a lot on my show, on the DougStewartShow.com, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Once again, the DougStewartShow.com. How does a grown man blow up his hand with fireworks? We grew up in South Carolina where fireworks were legal, so we could play with fireworks.
Right.
You blew up your hand maybe one time as a 6-year-old, but you never did it again.
That was it.
How does this happen?
All it takes is it happening to you once.
One time.
Or you seen it happen to somebody else
Right,
once.
right.
And you still waiting for fireworks.
Matter of fact, back up, you're exactly right.
I still don't like the damn things now.
And you're listening to the 2 Live Stews. No, you don't have to blow your hand up. You could see your little cousin blow his hand up, and you will never, ever have that happen to you in your life.
Right.
How does a grown man let that happen? And I mean blew it up.
Okay, real quick, man.
The man is losing one digit, half of another, and another one's very badly bruised.
Lost his middle finger, I believe. Tip of his thumb is gone, and he did a procedure to fix his middle finger. So the other finger beside the middle is gone. Yeah, it shouldn't happen, man, and it can't happen, especially when you got, let's see, a $15 million unsigned contract on the freaking table.
It makes no sense, man.
These
It
ninjas
makes
are crazy.
it makes absolutely no sense, man. But so we'll get into all of that stuff, man, in the next couple of segments here on the 2 Live Stews.
You just mentioned how could a grown man allow that to happen.
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell the kids because they like to touch things and they like insects.
Right.
I've been trying to teach them if you see a brown mound of dirt on the ground, to stay away from it.
Right.
And Mason goes, well, why, Daddy? I
Right.
said, because there's ants inside. Daddy, I like ants.
Right.
I said, yeah, but if you bother them inside that nest, they're not going to like you.
Right.
And he continues to want to play with it. So I told my wife, I said, babe, if he goes to another ant's nest, I'm going to have no choice but to let him realize why he should not be around there.
Right.
Sir?
Quick little story. You know, I saved a mentally challenged kid from getting swarmed by ants when I was like 8 years old.
I've only heard this story like 1,000 times. But you tell me again.
That's true.
It's like the highlight of your life, man.
This mentally challenged kid, he was actually like a cousin of ours or something, a distant cousin. He stuck his hand in this big-ass ant's nest. And I actually was the only person there, and I helped pull him out of it and took him out and brushed all the ants off. I was like 8, he was like 6.
Wow.
And he was mentally challenged, so he didn't know that he shouldn't do that.
So you know what's really good about that story, man?
What? And that's a true story.
You know how the blind help the blind?
Right.
So you got one mentally challenged kid doing something he shouldn't do, and another mentally challenged kid coming to help him out. That's great, man.
Ba-ba-ba.
God is good, man.
Ba-ba-ba.
He's good.
Hey, man, Falcons take on the Giants tomorrow, man. I cannot wait. Last week, a great first win. We'll talk about that in the 10 the hard way. We had a tremendous tailgate, the first 2 Live Stews tailgate of the year, man. Shouts out to everybody that came down. It was crazy. I actually took the Martyr down there, which was very smart. I rode with a guy, took the Martyr down there, and I got...
What? You got on Martyr?
Yeah, I got...
Did you have some kind of security with you or something?
No, Martyr's great. It's smarter to ride Martyr.
It's smarter to ride Martyr.
Yeah. I actually got slutty. Slutty is a term they use in Augusta for getting real intoxicated.
Right.
Got real slutty, man, but I did chase it with water. The old people will do that. You know, they'll tell you got to chase your alcohol with water.
It'll save your life.
And I did a lot of that, man, and it was, we had a great time at the tailgate. Cannot wait till 2 Live Stews tailgate number 2.
Every Falcons home game, it goes down out at the Georgia Dome, outside the Gate C of the Georgia World Congress Center.
Right.
And every single Sunday, the game day party goes down at Chef Rob's with your boy, my man C Black. Doug comes through. All the 2 Live Stews are there. Every Sunday,
right,
from 1 to 7 o'clock, we at Chef Rob's Lounge doing a Big Willie style.
Yeah, Hagen-Law.com brings you the 2 Live Stews. Also, don't forget, man, next week it is going down, the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Friday night meet and greet, Friday night gentlemen's soiree, all black party Saturday. You wear all black. That's all. I mean, we inviting everybody. You wear all black Saturday night.
What happens if you don't wear black? You like not get in?
Well, it's a theme, man. We need you to wear black when you come in.
All right.
Saturday night. And then Sunday, Falcons, Cowboys viewing party at Mardi Gras Cafe and Lounge, downtown ATL.
I have a live white suit that I'm wearing to the all-black party.
Yeah. Don't do that, man.
Yeah, you will be escorted out.
Don't do that.
I'm coming as Cleo.
Shouts out to
Set It Off.
Set It Off, Cleo. Shouts out to Halcyon Organics as well, man. That's the pin I'm enjoying while on air.
Yeah, get all your details for the Doug Stewart Show weekend at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. The all-black party is about to sell out, so get your tickets.
What do we do when we get back, man?
When we get back from the break, your boys, the 2 Live Stews, are going to give you 10 the hard way. And we'll talk about the biggest 10 stories in the world of sports and entertainment. Don't go away. 2 Live Stews, 640 WGST.
Yeah!
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988, and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's sports talk with hot sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! Your season-long fantasy football lineup is locked in and ready for action, but you don't have to wait until Week 16 to get paid. Put your fantasy skills to the test starting Sunday at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where you could kick the season off by winning $2 million. It's the biggest fantasy football contest ever. $10 million in prizes are up for grabs, including $2 million for first place and $1 million for second. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want, and turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Just pick your players, pile up the points, and pick up your cash. That's it. You've never experienced football like this. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at part of $10 million in Sunday's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now, only at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
If you're not stewing, what the heck are you doing? This is the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart.
Yeah.
And happy Saturday to you. Stupendous Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And, can't wait until that college football action kicks off this afternoon. Georgia Tech taking on Notre Dame. Remember, I took Georgia Tech to play in the national championship.
Would you stop glorifying yourself and let's get to it, man? I'm ready to work.
Hey, we got something new we're going to do starting today, man. It's called 10 the Hard Way.
Where you go, Doug?
Huh?
Shouts out to Bruce Hagen.
Yeah.
He was a lawyer.
Yeah. You hear that? You hear that? I wish it was a little bit louder, but there we go. There we go. We're going to introduce the Tree of Life, Tree Taylor, the producer to the Two Live Stews, in the building.
Is that your government name?
Allegedly.
Is that your government name?
My name is Katrina.
Your name is what?
Katrina.
Wait a minute. I've been working with you for a year, and I didn't know your damn name was Katrina.
You don't care about
nobody.
nobody.
Please.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Tree.
All right, so this is a way we're going to try to run through as many sports topics from the past week here on the Two Live Stews.
So we've already explained that.
Yeah.
So check this out. Neither one of you guys had much good to say about the Falcons before the season started. Doug, what you got to say about them now? They beat Chip Kelly's vaunted Eagles on Monday night.
A great win by the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I think I predicted the Falcons to go 7-9 this year. I like the way they played on Monday night, though. I mean, very aggressive on defense. That's really the thing that we've been lacking as an organization and as a fan base around here for the last couple of years, man. Maybe Dan Quinn's bringing in that new attitude. You know that the offense is going to score points. I'm not saying that they're going to win 10 or 11 games, but I feel a little bit better about the Falcons now than I did before Monday night, sir.
Very pleased with what the defense did on the field, sir. Finishing the game, winning 26-24. I do not like the fact that the Falcons were up by 17 points and ended up being down late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That is not a good thing. They stopped Murray from getting any good yards, 8 carries for 9 yards. And offensively, Julio was targeted 11 times. Roddy was targeted 8 times. They both had close to 100 yards. Of course, Julio had 141 with 2 TDs. I think defensively, they need to pick up the steam just a tad bit because they did a good job defensively. Offensively,
right?
They couldn't stop Philadelphia's offense by giving up 336 yards. That's a problem.
Yeah.
All right. So, Stews, Ryan had the Auburn Tigers playing in the national championship.
Yes, he did.
How should he feel? And Ryan, how do you feel about the pick now after struggling to beat Jacksonville?
We still set to go to the national championship. They're undefeated.
What?
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Are you joking?
So at the end of the day, all that matters is if you get a W when a ball game is over. Yeah, we're struggling a little bit. You keep talking about how the Johnson kid is a terrible quarterback. Dude, he was 21 for 32, 236 yards and 2 TDs. He's young. It's going to take time to grow and mature. Carl Lawson got dinged up a little bit in the game earlier, had a hip situation. He'll be back, man. We still fine. Finding the way to win is all that matters, man.
I'm going to tell you this, man. I watched that game. I watched a lot of that before I went to my daughter's Little League game.
And shouts out to Peyton Barber also, man. 125 yards on the ground.
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. I watched that game. And anybody that saw that game knows Jacksonville State dominated that game for the most part.
But what happened?
Jacksonville State lost that game. They gave that game away to Auburn. Jeremy Johnson looks horrible, man. That team is not going to go and make a run for a national championship. Who you picked to play in the national championship game, that ain't going to happen,
Jacksonville didn't give the game away. Auburn found a way to win, okay?
Yeah.
That's how you have to look at it.
Okay, all right. I saw the game. So did
I.
I saw the game, and I'm telling you, that team is struggling. Gus Malzahn on the sideline looked very distressed. It just looks like they're out of sorts as far as what they want to do offensively. And not only were the interceptions bad that Jeremy Johnson threw, he threw them right to the other team. There wasn't like a tip ball or anything like that. It was just a bad throw, made bad throws the entire game.
In 2015, sir, kids don't have to go to the top 15 programs to get recruited. They can go to a Jacksonville State, an App State, and be seen. That's why these teams are not the lackluster teams they used to be when they're at smaller schools. Jacksonville State played good ball, congratulations, but they lost.
Next tree.
All right, Eli Manning. He blew it against Dallas last week. Doug, who gets the blame, the coaches or Eli?
There's some questions out there, and you're listening to the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. There's some questions out there about the fact that, Eli made some bad mistakes at the end of that game, but Tom Coughlin and the staff, when they had the timeout situation, they didn't tell him the scenario and the situation that they were in, and that's kind of like the coach's fault. No. Eli Manning comes from a royal family of football. The guy's got 2 Super Bowl wins. He should know better. He should know that he can't throw that ball away at the end of the game like he did. He should know that he shouldn't tell the running back Jennings not to score a touchdown and put more separation between them and the Dallas Cowboys.
That's it.
It's all Eli Manning's fault. I'm sorry. I don't care.
You could go up by 10, if I'm not mistaken, if you score. Who the hell says not to score so we can kill time?
Yeah.
Go up by 10, you bunch of dummies.
He clearly had a brain fart, sir.
Hey, don't cut into my time. You had your time already, man. So I'm disappointed in Eli for not knowing to not throw the ball away and stop the clock and not taking the sack and just falling down.
Right.
But I'm more disappointed in him telling somebody, do not score in this situation.
Yeah.
They deserve it, man. And real quick, Odell Beckham, 8 catches for 5 yards.
Right.
Doug, they called him the best receiver in the NFL this year. I told everybody to hold the heck up. Let the boy grow first. He's far from the best in the league. He's got potential, but the best would never be held to 5 yards in a ball game.
Yeah, I mean, you can point at a lot of different areas and why they didn't get him the ball, Eli as well. But the Giants really gave that game away, and you cannot give away, especially a division game. Yeah. You can't give one of those away the way that they did this past week.
You know how I feel about Tony Romo, right?
Yes, I do.
356 yards. The running game wasn't there.
Right.
Has Romo turned the corner, sir?
It's 2 years in a row, man. He's looked pretty decent. It's early in this year, but maybe he has.
Hey, man, 356 is nothing to sneeze at.
Right.
All right.
The fart sound means it's the next question.
Oh, my bad. Turn that up, too.
Mo Money Mayweather handles his business against Andre Berto. No surprise.
Yeah.
He says he's retiring. Is he the greatest ever, Ryan?
I think he is the greatest ever because
he's
49-0. He has not taken a loss, and unlike Rocky Marciano, he had to fight white and black people to get to 49-0. Okay? It is what it is. So what this guy has done defensively as a fighter, out of the ring as a guy that markets himself when it comes to making money, we have never, ever seen. He's done more for any sport than anybody else. He's done more than Tiger for golf. He's done more than Jordan for basketball.
Wait a minute. What do you base that on? The money made?
Right. Money made. Money that has been acquired because of your skill set of being an athlete.
I'm going to give you the last 20 seconds, but I don't know if I agree with that. Go ahead.
Well.
Go ahead. Tiger's pretty big. Tiger's done a lot for the sport of golf. Okay. Tiger's brought more people to the sport of golf probably than any other person has brought to their particular sport ever.
Take what Jordan made as a basketball player and what Tiger has made as a golfer and compared to what Money has made as a fighter. In the ring, outside of endorsements, he dwarfs all of them.
Yeah.
He's a marketing genius.
I tell you what, Rocky Marciano did beat Joe Louis. He did kick Joe Louis. But man,
Joe Louis is like 60 years old during that fight.
I'm not going to say, and you're listening to the Two Live Shoes, I'm not going to say that he's the greatest fighter of all time. I think that's all about your thought and your taste. But it's hard to argue he's not the greatest. I mean, at this point, 49-0, undefeated. He has never been knocked down.
No.
He has never touched the canvas.
Well, he kind of fell one time.
No, he put his hand down the ground one time, but he didn't. His back never hit the canvas ever.
Okay, but no fighter should ever have to put their hand on the ground. That's being knocked down.
Okay, bottom line is even though I don't think he's going to retire, I think he is going to come back out of retirement and fight Manny Pacquiao in a year or so and make about $300 million. It's hard to dispute what he says. He has never lost. He's made more money than anybody else. He is the show. He is the biggest name in boxing, and he doesn't get hit. And I don't think you should get an award for being a guy that takes, a lot of punches. You inflict
I don't watch him fight. I'm not watching his fight because he don't fight.
Yeah.
If you're going to pay me $300 million and I don't have to fight, what do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah. So Floyd Mayweather Jr., man, it's hard to dispute that he is. I'm not saying that he is the greatest fighter of all time, but make an argument that he isn't. It's as simple as that.
All right.
This is the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart on 640 WGST.
I agree with my man on Periscope. He's got to fight for that 50th fight.
Atlanta's own Pac-Man Jones slams Amari Cooper's head into his own helmet and receives no suspension. Right call or not? R&B King.
R&B King, that's me, Doug Stewart.
She actually called you the R&B King.
I will never do it again.
I didn't have a problem with a no suspension. This was a fight. It was during the game. It was the heat of the moment, and these things happen. And obviously, the NFL committee that doles out fines and punishments, they felt the same way. Now, was it egregious? Was it Pac-Man Jones? Probably was a little bit too much. If you're Pac-Man, you shouldn't do it. But bottom line is I didn't have a problem with them not suspending Pac-Man Jones for what happened between him and Amari Cooper.
He's been a model citizen here for a few years now, outside of one or two little egregious things off the field. But here's what I'm surprised about. I want y'all to take a quick listen to this right here. Or that right there.
My changing point was my kids, man. I just refused to let them down. Regardless of what anybody say, I've done everything. I've tried to give my family everything they wanted. And now it's all about my kids. Like, regardless of what anybody say, they can't say that I'm a bad father.
That's the problem I have with Pac-Man being fined $35,000. He has said on the Dan Laboratory show that he's changed. It's all about his kids.
Right.
So if it's really all about your kids and you've changed, Pac-Man, you're not going to slam that kid's head against the helmet because your kids are watching this game and they can see it.
I'm not saying it was a good look. It was a very bad look, but not getting a suspension, I'm okay with that.
Pac-Man has given up $1.7 million in fines in his career.
Wow.
$1.7 million.
Wow.
Take it from a guy that used to play in the NFL. Every dollar matters because these kids need it, man. I've had a few weekends and I'm like, what in the hell did I do? Oh, my God, I was so dumb.
Right. Pac-Man's tried to make a change in his life, man, but his temper is just very, very short. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, second 5 questions on 10 the hard way on the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. We'll continue talking about all that a little bit later in today's show, man. We'll break down the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in college and pro football. Yeah, don't go away.
I just destroyed you in the first 5, man. You got to pick the game up.
Yeah, sure.
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
We're back. Dogs and Poodles. It's Doug and Ryan Stewart of the Two Live Stews.
Tune in to Talk Radio 640 WGST every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. to get all your college and pro football talk.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. Thanks, Bruce.
Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show, Stewies. And it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fellas Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the rooftop lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir.
The world's heavyweight champions of Sports Talk Radio, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart on 640 WGST.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
I love that track.
Yeah,
I love that
I
track.
hate today's music, man, but there's some songs where you just can't help but really get down.
Listen,
with
this is what I want you to do. We're about to jump back into the 10 the hard way. I want you, next time you're in your car, tell me if every song that comes on the radio, on R&B radio, FM radio, tell me if every song doesn't sound like Drake or that dude Future. Like the producers of those two guys are producing everybody else's music. Because everything sounds just like this.
It's what's working, man.
The Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart.
Brought to you by Bruce Hagen, the people's lawyer. Slip and falls, accidents, fall and falls, which is when you fall on purpose because you see the sign.
Right.
The floor is wet and there's no sign.
Ba-ba-ba.
Call my man Bruce, man, and hit him up at Hagen-Law.com. Let Bruce take care of you. Thank you, Bruce.
Hey, make sure you check out the Doug Stewart Show, man, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Can't invite me back on that show in a while.
At thedougstewartshow.com. It's 2 hours, so it's a little expanded. It's just like the Two Live Stews, but it's one stew. One stew, though, is better than no stew. Yeah.
Can I come back on one day?
Yeah. Yeah, you can come on anytime you want, man. All right, so more with 10 the hard way with the Two Live Stews. Tree. We got more to do. Let's go ahead. Ignore that guy.
Marshawn Lynch's mama.
Uh-huh.
She called out the Seahawks offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevel, on play calling last week. And in last year's Super Bowl, she's bringing up oldish. Ryan, cool or not to have your mama calling your job?
Can I be on the fence on this one answer, man?
No, we don't need you to be on the fence, sir.
She's right.
Yeah.
She's speaking the truth.
Right.
And if you don't think for 1 second that Marshawn is not the one to say, Mama, here's what I want you to say, Mama. Ride on these fools, Mama. Tell these fools that they should be giving me the ball, Mama.
Right.
She's right.
Yeah.
One thing I'll never do. I think a parent should stay in their place, especially when your child that you're trying to defend is a grown arse man.
Right.
But if you are right, I'm not going to throw stones at you because you're saying something that's true.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth. It'll set you free, man.
Yeah. Man, unbelievable. I'm still hurt. And I'm not even a Seahawks fan. I'm still hurt for that team the way they gave away a Super Bowl. They didn't give away a preseason game.
You go to those
they didn't give away a regular season game. They gave away a Super Bowl, and it's all the fault of Darrell Bevell and Pete Carroll. They should know better. It's as simple as that. Well, we got these stats, and they stopped Marshawn on 4th and so many, or 3rd or so many. I don't care.
I agree.
With the down on the situation and the scenario of Super Bowl victories on the line, you got beast mode and you don't hand him the football. It still hurts today, sir.
People say the reason why they didn't give him the football, man, is because they didn't want him to jump in the end zone and get the MVP and grab his testicles at the same time.
I don't think he would have done
Can
that.
I say testicles?
I think you just did. And you know, they really watching us around here, man. So you shouldn't use. I mean, even though that's the medical term,
it's better than the alternative.
That's the technical term. I don't think you should say something like that, man. Just keep that to the Doug Stewart show and when we're in your basement or at the barbershop or something like that.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of keeping your job, James Harden of the Houston Rockets was spotted wearing Jordans, even though he's about to get $200 million from Adidas. Stupidity, or is that bootleg? Doug, I mean, what was he thinking?
Ninjas, you crazy? Oh, my gosh. I remember when we first got into the business, man, we had a promotion at this sports bar, and we had already had an advertiser, a sponsor, a beer company, and I didn't realize the seriousness of this thing, and so I was drinking my beer that I used to drink before this deal,
right.
And oh my gosh, management jumped down my throat that Monday, man. You can't do that. If they want to give me $200 million, I'm burning all my Nike stuff, sir.
Management should have jumped down your throat.
Right.
I had a $10,000 Reebok deal with my first 2 years in the NFL. I wouldn't let anybody come in my house with anything but Reebok on.
Right. You got Nikes on, take them off at the door.
Take that back in your car, man. You come in here with no Nike stuff.
Hey, man, but here's the thing, though, man. I think a lot of times these guys are unattached to reality, to players. His management should have stepped in.
Right.
Like somebody should have told him at the point where this deal was consummated, listen, bruh, you can't wear Nikes no more. You can't wear Reebok. You can't wear nothing else but these shoes.
Grown men need to be responsible for their own actions. If somebody's about to cut you a $200 million check, I'm not thinking about no Jordans. I'm not on the hook for nothing else but straight Adidas.
The question is, if you were Adidas would you
underwear, Adidas hats,
right.
Adidas t-shirts, Adidas handkerchiefs, Adidas condoms, Adidas everything.
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews. Would you try to cancel the deal if you were Adidas?
No.
I think I would, man.
Well,
it's a bad look. That says if he had his choice, he would wear Nike.
Well, I agree. I totally agree.
There's got to be somebody else out there they could do business with that appreciates their brand.
But they're not like the top 3 players in the league.
Yeah.
So you give them another chance. You just pull them to the side and say, hey, man, don't do that no more.
Yeah.
All right. So from one dude who loses his job to 2 dudes who get their jobs back. The Patriots equipment guys are reinstated. McNally and Yastrzemski.
Yastrzemski.
Same thing she just said, Doug.
She's not Polish. She's not Polish.
Ryan, what's going on? How do they get their jobs back?
Word on the street, I have a source, a very, very strong source.
I love sources.
That said, even though they
sources
were removed from the payroll of the Patriots, that in essence, the Patriots sent them away on a vacation so they wouldn't be able to talk while all this stuff was going on.
Right.
And now that this Deflate Gate has passed, they can come back and get their darn job because allegedly they did nothing or nothing could be proved. I get it.
Wow, you're listening to the Two Live Stews.
Y'all taking the fall for Tom Brady. Y'all were on the hook. Go for it. You're back now. Get back to work.
This story is so unbelievable to me, man. First of all, the Patriots are saying that the NFL suspended them. The NFL is saying, no, the Patriots suspended them.
Right.
What's going on? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth?
I remember reading the Patriots did it.
Okay, so if Tom Brady didn't help with the deflation of these football, thus he's not serving a suspension or anything like that, somebody did, right?
Yes.
They have the video of the guys going in the bathroom for over a minute with the footballs. Why would you take the footballs in the bathroom with you? Go ahead.
That's the open and shut case.
Right.
The balls have no business in the bathroom unless they're attached to the... I'm sorry.
That wasn't good. That didn't sound right.
I'm not trying to be a line.
Bottom line is, you know that someone deflated the football. If you know anything about the dichotomy of a locker room, they were told to do this. They did this. Even if Tom Brady didn't for some crazy reason, 1% chance, they did this. How are cheaters getting their jobs back and tied to a case that really embarrassed the NFL and that organization for almost 8 months?
Because they're part of the plan, sir. And at the end of the day, the balls should have never been in the bathroom. Something fishy's going on.
Yeah.
Why are they in the bathroom? Why are they in the bathroom? Y'all, everybody's fired. This is done. Open shut case.
I cannot wait. And it's going to happen at some point. When this thing dies down, when they start, not getting as much love from the organization as they normally did, at some point, these guys are going to write a tell-all book, man.
No.
And it's going to be the biggest tell-all book ever. No. And you know what? They're probably going to talk about even things that we didn't even know about in this organization and this team cheating over the last 10 years.
Everybody that is down with Team 2 Live Stews, man.
15 years.
They signed the waiver that said they would never say anything that we talk about. They'll never come back to haunt us. It is what it is.
Yeah, so the helicopter parenting epidemic is apparently rampant this week. Jim McElwain goes ham on Kelvin Taylor, Fred Taylor's little boy, on the sidelines after throat/gestures against ECU last weekend. Was that okay or too much, Big Little Stew?
Big Little Stew. Who you telling me?
Little Big Stew.
Oh, okay. See, I get it.
No, little.
And little. That's okay, Tree. I thought he was cool.
He takes that personal. Hey, Gary Coleman, hurry up.
Yeah, whatever. But, man, listen, I thought that I don't have a problem with the coach, jumping down a guy's throat. Obviously, we grew up with hard coaches, guys that screamed at you, grabbing our face masks, basically accosting us. So I don't have a problem with that. It just looked like McElwain, basically, he was prepping for the cameras. Mm-hmm. He had the entire team around. Mm-hmm. I just thought the whole thing was over the top and kind of fake.
He's trying to rebuild a culture in Florida, sir, a losing culture that he's trying to recreate. And I have no problem with a coach getting into a player sometime. Did he go a little far? Maybe. But he wouldn't have done that with a kid he couldn't have done that with. And Fred Taylor's kid allowed him to do that.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. But he'll learn from that.
That
He'll
kid
never
said,
do
be
that
a
again.
freaking man, but he used the other word. Be a freaking man. Lift your head up. Look at me. That's good. He needs to do all those things anyway. Look that man in his face.
Not a good look for Coach McElwain. All right.
Sissification of America.
When we get back from the break, man, we'll talk about the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in college and pro football this weekend. The 2 Live Stews on 640 WGST, shawty. Don't go away.
Your season-long fantasy football lineup is locked in and ready for action, but you don't have to wait until Week 16 to get paid. Put your fantasy skills to the test starting Sunday at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where you could kick the season off by winning $2 million. It's the biggest fantasy football contest ever. $10 million in prizes are up for grabs, including $2 million for first place and $1 million for second. 1 week fantasy means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want, and turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Just pick your players, pile up the points, and pick up your cash. That's it. You've never experienced football like this. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at part of $10 million in Sunday's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in Trivia Crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right. Now, I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won. And I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to tell.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait. Did you just. What? Oh, my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it! And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting the BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No.
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart Show history, someone utters the N-word.
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, and FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, True. You're better than that.
That girl is poison. You never trust a big button to smile.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Two Live Stews. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio. And we're about to give you the Funky Four here in a second, talking about the four biggest games in football, 2 in college and 2 in pro. What the games we're looking forward to.
Shouts out to Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer, hagan-law.com. And before we get rolling, man, got to give another shout out to the good folks from Halcyon Organics, man. I'm on this CBD oil trying to preserve life. And the product works, so check them out at halcyonorganics.com.
You might need to spell that because that sounds like a tricky word.
Halcyon. And instead of phrasing it that way, just say, I don't know how to spell it. Would you tell them how to spell it? Everybody knows what's going on.
I'm just saying. I'm putting myself in the shoes of the listener, man. Halcyon sounding kind of funky.
Halcyon Organics, Halcyon. Check out the website. And as time continues to go on, I'm their ambassador. I'll be giving you a whole lot more information.
Hey, check out the Doug Stewart Show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. TheDougStewartShow.com. That's all you do is go to TheDougStewartShow.com. Also, we partying next weekend. You coming to the All Black Party, right?
Man, I'm not going to miss nothing next weekend.
TDSSweekend.eventbrite.com. That's TDSSweekend.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets. Come out. It's going to sell out. It's going to be fantastic. Come and kick it with the Two Live Stews.
I might be there with 3 kids, but we still going to be there.
Bring Miles and Mason.
Trust me.
And Little Morgan. How Little Morgan doing, man?
She's great, man. She's great.
That's great, man.
She's special, man.
Oh, man. Ain't a daughter just special?
I've changed my views on life the minute the doctor said, hey, man, you're having a girl. Everything just changed, man.
Hey, let's talk about the 4 biggest games in our minds. 2 from you and 2 from me this weekend in college and pro football. Let's start with college.
I think Alabama's going to lose to Ole Miss tonight, man. Ole Miss is putting up some serious points. Hugh Freeze has got his foot on the gas. He's trying to smash folks, and I think that they've been more proficient so far this season than Alabama has. So I'm going with Ole Miss. And in the 3:30 game this afternoon, my Yellow Jackets, man, they take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish up in Notre Dame in South Bend. I'm going with the Jackets not just to win. I think they're favored by 2 points, but I'm going with them to smash them fools, man. Of course, Notre Dame lost their quarterback, Zaire. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game big.
Let me just respond to a little bit about what you just said about Notre Dame. You know I picked them to go to the national championship, right? Not to win. But I picked them to go, man. That offense is unstoppable.
Looks good. Looks real good.
Notre Dame is missing a lot of players on offense, man. Georgia Tech's going to put up 40 points a week.
Yep.
I mean, if you're not ready to put up 40 points, it's going to be a long day for you.
We are 102-17 so far this season, man. I'm sorry. Tulane was 102-17. But Tech has put up over 100 points in 2 games.
Okay.
And that's not going to stop.
So I like Tech to roll tonight as well. I'm looking forward to that Auburn versus LSU game, man. Clearly, I want to see if Jeremy Johnson can respond and come back and look a little bit better for the first couple of weeks of the season, man. He has just looked absolutely terrible. And I'm also interested to see Leonard Fournette, man, the running back for LSU, a dynamic running back, man, for the Tigers. So we'll see if he has a good game as well. He had 159 rushing yards last week and 3 touchdowns in their win as well. And then I'm looking forward, man, to the Georgia Bulldogs, man. I want to see if this quarterback situation kind of plays itself out a little bit better. Grayson Lambert, Bryce Ramsey as well. South Carolina, clearly, we're from the state of South Carolina, and you're listening to the Two Live Stews. We want to see the Gamecocks and Tigers do well, the Clemson Tigers do well, man, but they lost to Kentucky last week, man, and they didn't look impressive. They lost a starting quarterback. They're going to be depending on a guy that was a redshirt or a walk-on, Perry Orth, starting for the Gamecocks today, man. It's going to be a long day for the said South Carolina Gamecocks. They've won 4 of their last 5 against the Georgia Bulldogs. Today is probably going to be payback for the Dogs.
Don't knock the hustle of Coach Stoops down in Kentucky, man. This is a different Kentucky football team than we've seen in the past. He's recruiting kids from Florida and every place else. And a lot of my insiders, shouts out to Tomcat, my boy Tommy Bennett, he told me that this Orth kid prior to the season would ultimately end up being the guy.
Wow.
So people are sleeping on him right now. But don't get it twisted. He can play ball. We'll see how it goes.
It might get bad for South Carolina this year, and you're listening to the Two Live Stews. It might get bad. I can see a scenario, man, if they lose 3 or 4 games in a row where Spurrier just steps away, man. Because there was already some of that talk this summer. That team is not good. They've had some good teams over Spurrier's tenure there. This team this year does not look good at all.
He's not going to go out a loser, man. He will stick around until he will have the time to stick around, and he's going to stick around until they can go out on top and pass everything down to his son, who's also on that staff in South Carolina.
What about in the big boys, man, the NFL?
First game, man, 1 o'clock game that I'm going to be looking at are the Falcons and the Giants, man. Falcons coming off of a huge win, a comeback win versus the Philadelphia Eagles in the fourth quarter. I want to see if this defense can continue to play better, and I don't have any faith in the Giants and Eli. We saw how stupid they were last week, so I think the Falcons will find a way to get it done. In the second game, man, I'm taking it back to the NFC North. NFC East. With Philadelphia and Dallas. I like that game a whole lot because Dallas should have lost their game, but they didn't. They found a way to win. And Philly could have won their game, but they didn't because the Falcons found a way to win. I like those 2 games, and those 2 are the games that I'll be watching out at Chef Rob's Lounge this Sunday for the day party.
Patriots versus Bills this weekend. I want nothing but bad to happen to the New England Patriots. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you. I also want to see if Tyrod Taylor can keep it together for a second week in a row for the Buffalo Bills, Rex Ryan's teams. And also, I'm very interested, not 2 great teams, I don't think, but the Tennessee Titans, man, Marcus Mariota, his second week, can he match what he did in week 1, which was phenomenal, as well as Johnny Manziel starts for the Browns?
The Cleveland's going to win this game, and Johnny Manziel is going to be a star.
Something just came across the screen just now. We're about to get out of here on the Two Live Stews.
I'm not going nowhere.
They flashed a picture of Iggy Azalea.
Yes.
You heard what happened between T.I. and Iggy?
No, what happened?
T.I. basically washed his hands of her.
What?
Yeah. You know that whole beef between her and Q-Tip, and a lot of people in the rap industry had been coming at Iggy Azalea. What are your thoughts about her career, man? The great Australian rap god.
I'm not.
that was facetious. I was trying to be sarcastic.
I'm not knocking Iggy Azalea's hustle because that's all it is.
Right.
Have you ever seen her in person?
No.
I saw her the last time I was in Vegas out at the pool.
Right.
And when I tell you that T.I. is a damn fool for walking away from all that, woo-wee!
What do you mean? He wasn't messing with her.
Oh, no.
That's not even real.
Right.
What's not real?
All that.
If it's paid for, it's real.
Oh, you're talking about a bunkie.
If I can physically touch it, it's real.
Right.
I don't care if there's jelly inside of it, silicone, it don't matter. If it's inside and I can touch it, it's real.
But wait a minute. They weren't seeing each other. No? T.I.'s actually married to Tiny. Oh. I'm talking about their business relationship.
Oh.
You know, Hustle, was it Hustle Game or whatever?
Hustle and Flow.
No, not Hustle and Flow. It's Hustle.
Grand Hustle.
Grand Hustle. Right. That's what I was talking about.
I misspoke. Ignore everything I said.
That whole relationship, man, was all about money, and you're right. I'm not mad at her because it's nothing but the hustle. But, I mean, her whole persona is just fake. I never really liked her.
It's working, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was working. It's a wrap now, though. It's a wrap
so?
now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's done. I mean, she had that one hit with that Fancy. That was real hot. But she sounded just like T.I. Clearly, T.I. was writing her lyrics.
I was staying at the Cosmopolitan when I saw her. And that particular night, I saw Michael Strahan. I saw Michael Irvin. I saw several people walking through the lobby, talked to several people. They all had entourages.
Right.
Iggy's entourage was like 200 people.
That's stupid.
But it's working. It was working.
Right. Well, it's not working no more. I mean, it's a wrap for her.
The entourage ain't working either.
It sounds like y'all hating on Iggy Azalea, man. What's going on here?
You can kiss the baby for that. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah.
She stood up at that pool, man. I dropped 2 drinks in the pool.
She does have a fat doodle maker, though.
Shout out to my man Pete Wellburn, man. Wellburn, Wallace, and Woodard. Appreciate everything that you guys have done for us to make this dream a reality. And, of course, one more time, the people's lawyer, my man. Bruce
What
Hagen,
up, Bruce Hagen?
Hagen-law.com. Injury, accidents, slip and falls, or fall and falls. Bruce is the guy.
Wait, what's an accident?
Accident is when you see that someone's coming and they're maybe not stopping at the stop sign and you slam on brakes and get hit from the back. to cause an accident. If that happens, man, Bruce can take care of you, man.
It reminds me of that episode of Sanford Son. What? You got hit in a so-and-so in a big Cadillac? You sitting on top of a gold mine. All right, man. Thank you for checking out the 2 Live Stews. We'll be back next Saturday.
Every bit of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that, at One Live Stew. Check your boy out.
You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people.
The Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Real talk, real radio, real people, just like you.
Yeah!